That's really exciting, and everyone in our current community will be pleasantly surprised at the level, not only at the core, and currently just
pushing out
like
our own marketing like crazy.
yeah, exactly, but also the quality. Without about other like some. I mean, what's been happening in the news with the flow, things like that, and it becomes as advertised, you have to be careful. What we're going to start doing is, the day, our goal is to build. We're not going to have we're going to say buy Embr. That's like why. That's, we're more of a why team, and this is why we're going to be pushing out our values, our vision, and the reason also why we decided to partner up with a boutique brand strategy agency that has been dealing with Forbes 100, because that's the level that we're. And time wise, yes, with Wire, there's a little bit of timeline that we have to wait, but in crypto time, it's first thing you'll know, we'll be in Q1 next year, and we'll be ready to rock. And yeah.
And then that also too, piggybacking on everything else that we're doing. I mean, from right now, you're seeing what's happened with. This is why it's so important that people understand that Embr is more than just a token. The token is very important to us, obviously, and it's important to our investors. But there's so much more that we're offering between our proprietary smart contracts, when it comes to the Vault contract, when it comes to our crowd sale contract, and how the IDO launch platform is going to be working with Embr. So that will still be working in conjunction. Then even sooner than that, we're going to have the first version of the tracker app. It's going to be in people's hands where they'll be able to.
Yeah, that's it.
Look, yeah, absolutely. And just to show, and why that's important, like, oh, it's just a tracker app. But when you see the level of design and UX and the design language and just that level of accessibility, that will show the framework. Then imagine the only next step from there is being like, oh, this works so well. Then all of a sudden there's a button that says buy, use something like Apple Pay or a credit card, one click buy. So it'll really show the level of what we're trying to offer here. So that first version, even though it's a tracker app, it's really just the framework of what we're trying to accomplish when it comes to how ease of use it is. So just imagine it's a buy button appearing there, and that's how quickly and easy it'll be to purchase something. Then following that, we have staking,
which is just that's coming up. That's everybody. Like, I've been monitoring in, and staking is, I mean, and also Rob and I have been doing a few impromptu, especially last week, and there is so much interest into staking, and rightfully so. This is an incredible way to earn passive income when your current real banking offers you on average
nothing.
If you're lucky, 3%. Which is highly under the cost of inflation, just a normal inflation. So you're basically in the negative if you leave your money there. So no wonder that today, a huge amount of market that is interested in the staking. But ultimately, I think the real reason why we want to do it, us, is to stabilize stabilize the market for the first 6 to 12 months, and that's why we will be giving out of this world APYs to attract people that will want to stake their so ultimately staking is something that should next couple of weeks, and when I say couple of weeks, really like for Q1 again, early Q1, and all the we're currently testing, gonna start auditing I mean, we are obviously repeating ourselves, but we're excited about staking as well, and what it'll be able to do for that. We're launching today, so big momentous day for all the team. Everyone's hyped up. People were waking up in the team, this morning, and are like, this is. Everybody was sort of congratulating each other. Everybody was and couldn't wait for Eastern Standard Time, which is basically coming up. Very. So we're looking at 4.5. Show today at Embr lasts about an hour, so there'll be a good hour in the launch. But yeah, this is the day we've worked. And sometimes I try to explain this to friends and family.
So hard.
I try to explain this to friends and family, and it is, in my opinion, the equivalent of doing an IPO. If you think about what it means market-wise, it's you're taking your business on the open market, and people will be able to buy in, sell out, and obviously related space compared to your regular stock market,
Wall Street. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But it's basically that, and it's nothing of a monumental task to properly do an IDO. We're not talking about you go and mint a token and you put like $1,000 in Pancake Swap. That's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about money planning in regards to tokenomics, in regards to everything that has to do with forecasting in the future, and making sure that every single thing that we currently as products or services, the tokenomics will support these endeavors. There's all this work that's been put into place, the design, the building up the community, the whole knowledge, the awareness center, the vault. I mean, you guys have been interacting with the vault to basically get the first tokens. That went pretty much without a. Was happy now. People have Embrs in their wallet. So I mean, it's exciting. We're happy to have all of you guys in our journey, with us. And days, sometimes we have bad days, and this week has definitely been I wouldn't say challenging, but it's a big week. Me coming here in the Virgin Island, traveling, meeting partners at home where they are, tackling so many other things to have it all meet at the same place in unison. And today is the
no, it is really exciting, and it goes to show, and I think also to the level of excitement in the community. Once people were able to, and just so you guys know, is that the vault, as you see it right now, when you go withdraw your tokens, that's only the very first iteration. We promised to make sure that was available to you guys on Tuesday. That's really just in its basic form. That's going to expand and be more detailed, much more elegant. It's beautiful as is now and works fantastically. Well, we have bigger plans for that also, because we know people are demanding to see more information, values, to be a little more interactive, and we'll be implementing those things. But once people were able to withdraw their tokens from the vesting from the vault, and their first hit on the vesting schedule, people were immediately like, okay, now I get it. Now I know this is legit. Now I know your guys' credibility. Now I understand what you guys are doing. Because it did require some trust on the community's part.
Massive,
appreciate
massive amount of trust. We're a team that we don't have specifically a track record in the crypto world. We're aiming for stuff that hasn't been really done in the way that we're doing it. Putting it all together. It's sort of our first crack at all of these things, but we said we're going to be fully transparent. When like I said earlier, if we have a shit day, you'll know, and we're going to fix you have our word that we're going to be there every single day. We're fully doxed. And
I mean, it's
we got the
Thanksgiving and I'm here.
highest level of audit. We knew that was a non-negotiable, obviously, because, you know, it's we
the vault. I mean,
we're bringing new stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So having so many of you guys part in our pre-sales, some people even, you know, hitting the hard cap, which is a huge amount of money. Think about it. $1, you put in a project that you have nothing in exchange, really, like you give it out. You know, there's no tokens in your wallet. You know, it's up, you know, out in the vault, but you got to trust that it's there. That's like, it's very humbling that we've been able to build this level of trust in such a short amount of time. And this speaks, you know, the high level of work and honesty, dedication of every single person in the team, the ones that are on the front line, because these are the, you know, our whole test team. They're the one representing who we are, answering the questions. I mean, I'm not there answering questions. Sometimes goes, you as well, Rob. Eli isn't there neither. I mean, we're just too busy. We couldn't be building this just on ourselves. And yeah, so we're extremely humbled by the level of trust that we've gotten for such, you know, a novel idea, you know, pretty much in the chain space. And it's very promising in regards to how we see the future in regards to projects that will go from ideation to launch, and the level of transparency, you know, all of those due diligence that will change the space overnight. Yeah, we're truly excited about this.
And I think it's true. It's a testament to that people, even though, you know, it required a massive amount of trust in us and what we're presenting, but really what it is, it's about is they believe and see the need of what we're trying to do. When someone's investing, you know, 50,000, multiple people, you know, investing, you know, into the hard cap, that, you know, they, you know, are able to look at it logically and say, yeah, I hope they can deliver to this. I put faith in it with my money. I have my money to back and what I believe in, because this needs to be done. And that really is a testament to what our vision is, and a testament to how we're able to communicate that to the public. I mean, I know I'm not taking the entire credit for this, even though it's for communications. But, you know, Jason and Andrew and the community success team, they're the ones that are out there on a day-to-day basis. Even when we had our AMA, we're able to have Andrew in there, and we're able to talk to the community and take your questions. You know, and it was no holds barred for you guys to come out, and it was really intelligent questions that made us kind of, you know, take it back and think about, you know, how well the community and how well they're educated. And also too, we got some praises and accolades, which we found very to be surprising. I mean, there's some AMAs out there which, you know, can go off the rails at times, but I think now, and that was even before people were able to even interact with the vault. So we'll be doing those more often. We want to communicate with you guys more often, and we see now that, you know, there's a lot of people out there that really believe, especially now with our partnership with Wire, and why they're so excited. Because, you know, they're crypto heads over there. Even though they're, you know, a payment company, you know, they base out of, you know, their crypto heads are like, man, if someone can just get their hands around, because there's billions of dollars out there on the BSC that seem to be just behind like an iceberg, you know, of this point of entry that most people can't enter. So once that wall is brought down, the possibilities are endless. I think I might have lost Jason here for just a moment, so I do apologize. Give us just a moment. We're going to go ahead and bring him on there. And as I was saying too, is that, you know, we have some really, you know, the plans that are coming up forward and what our partnership with Wire will be in the future, I think are going to be really next level. I think because Jason is in the BVI, that the connection is not as best as it possibly can be. So what we'll do here is we're going to go ahead and we're going to cut you guys off a little bit early. We're only about 20 minutes short. We hope we're able to get our message across. We'll possibly do an AMA later in the day after we start to launch, answer your guys' questions. So if you guys want to catch us, make sure you're able to catch us here every week. That's Thursdays at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's able to catch us on twitch.tv/join Embr. That's join EMBR. You can also catch us on YouTube or any of our other, whether that's Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or even Amazon Music. So again, my name is Robb Vallozzi. I'm head of communications here at the Embr Project. That was Jason Dominique in the British Virgin Islands, who's our head of strategy. He'll be joining us next week. We do have it's a live show, so unfortunately, we try to be here. But we'll let you guys go now. It's been a real pleasure. Take it easy, guys.